Namaskar. I would like to express my deep appreciation to everyone who has joined today as we honor Mahatma Gandhi on this 78th Martyr's Day, the day he gave his life in pursuit of peace, unity, and communal harmony on January 30th, 1948. It remains a tragic irony that such a steadfast champion of nonviolence should himself become a victim of violence. My gratitude goes to the Embassy of India in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, for hosting my talk to pay tribute to Mahatma Gandhi's memory and contemplate on his timeless wisdom and lasting influence. The remembrance of Mahatma Gandhi on the day of his martyrdom is always a solemn and deeply touching moment for us. Even after more than 7 decades since Mahatma Gandhi's passing on, his relevance is as profound as ever, resonating across the globe. His vision and actions hold timeless significance, transcending boundaries of time and space. Gandhiji's approach to life was holistic and seamlessly integrating social, religious, political, personal, and public dimensions. Mahatma Gandhi, the champion of global peace, compassionate and calm, stands among the most revered personalities in human history. His principles of nonviolence, civil disobedience, and steadfast dedication to peace and justice remain a source of inspiration for millions of people, movements, and countries globally. Observing Martyrs' Day reminds us of the need to reflect on Mahatma Gandhi's global legacy and the profound influence he has had on humanity. Gandhiji's message of peace and compassion, Karuna, resonates with people of all faiths worldwide. Numerous global leaders have drawn inspiration from him and continue to do so even today. Across all nations, people hold profound admiration and veneration for Mahatma Gandhi. Our world currently is grappling with various conflicts and multiple forms of crisis. In this context, Mahatma Gandhi's focus on universal fellowship and harmonious coexistence remains eternally relevant. His principles, therefore, stand as the most cherished ideals. Indeed, a genuine reflection of Gandhiji's wisdom is evident in his belief that mere good ends do not justify bad means. In today's world, the focus centers on human dignity and upholding fundamental justice. There could be no greater homage to Mahatma Gandhi than to commit ourselves once again to the pursuit of peace and mutual tolerance. Mahatma Gandhi's principles of karuna, compassion, non-violence, and civil disobedience have resonated far beyond India's borders. Leaders of global significance have drawn upon Gandhiji's teachings in their struggles for freedom and equality. He stands as a beacon of not only political democracy but also economic and spiritual democracy, principles that hold deep relevance in today's world. In an era increasingly defined by polarization and violence, Mahatma Gandhi's teachings offer timeless wisdom. His concept of Sarvodaya, the welfare of all, provides a powerful framework for tackling pressing global challenges such as poverty, inequality, and environmental degradation. Mahatma Gandhi's advocacy for sustainable living and self reliance resonates with modern efforts to conserve the environment and adopt green technologies, making his vision as vital today as it was during his lifetime. Throughout his life, Mahatma Gandhi showed deep respect for all major religions. He studied the world's faiths extensively and worked to establish religious harmony across three continents: Asia, South Africa, and England. His ashrams embodied life through face to face nonviolence, karuna, love, service, and altruism. Furthermore, Mahatma Gandhi's insistence on dialogue and understanding as tools for conflict resolution has profoundly influenced modern peace building efforts. As we reflect on his life and contributions, it is crucial to recognize the enduring relevance of his message for future generations. His belief in the power of individual action to drive societal change resonates strongly with today's youth who are mobilizing around critical issues such as climate action, gender equality, and social justice. Mahatma Gandhi's emphasis on moral courage and ethical leadership serves as an inspiring guide for young leaders striving to create a more equitable and peaceful world. In an increasingly interconnected yet divided global community, his vision of universal brotherhood and compassion provides a roadmap for building bridges across cultures and nations. His legacy reminds us that true strength lies not in the use of force, but in the courage to uphold truth and justice, even in the face of adversities. Today in the world, the emphasis is on human dignity and upholding the values of natural justice. There would be no better tribute to Gandhiji than to rededicate ourselves towards the cause of peace, compassion, and mutual tolerance. Gandhiji teaches us that true healing and transformation happen not through fear or punishment, but through karuna. For him, kindness is the only true religion. Gandhiji showed the world that the love of one's people need not be inconsistent with the love of humanity. He strove to free the downtrodden from the shackles of injustice, slavery, and deprivation. But he was also obsessed with the future of human race. There is no hope for the aching world except through the narrow and straight path of nonviolence, he had written. Millions like me may fail to prove the truth in their own lives. That would be their failure, never of the eternal law. Gandhiji was the first in history to extend the principle of nonviolence from the individual to the social and political spheres. Ever an optimist, he viewed the world with the eye of faith, always believing in the possibility of a better future. Mahatma Gandhi was an ordinary person like you and me who rose to extraordinary heights through his unwavering determination, steadfast pursuit of truth, and commitment to the values he cherished. By realizing his true potential for sacrifice and endurance, he achieved remarkable greatness. Gandhiji embodied a rare harmony between his thoughts, words, and actions, demonstrating absolute transparency in his conduct in personal and public life. From his deep sense of oneness flowed Gandhiji's lifelong commitment to peace of mind and to karuna, compassion, offered in a purely secular, universal way. He reminds us that the root of violence and conflict is self centeredness, and the remedy is altruism. When we care for others, anger and fear lose their power. His Holiness the Dalai Lama speaks of Gandhiji with deep reverence, calling him the founder of modern nonviolent action. Gandhiji's life and the path of ahimsa are not ideas of the past, but living truths essential for humanity's survival. His emphasis on love, compassion, and kindness is inseparable from peace of mind and vital for human existence itself. Gandhiji had said, and I quote, fear cannot be the basis of our morality, unquote. Gandhiji owned almost nothing. Practicing aparigraha from the Bhagavad Gita, he chose to live in voluntary poverty, saying, and I quote, there are people so poor that God cannot appear to them except as bread, unquote. There is a galaxy of men, women, and children in different parts of the world who have taken a leap from Mahatma Gandhi to fashion their initiatives for ensuring peace, nonviolence, justice, and fighting discrimination. In his 50 years of public life in three continents, Asia, Europe, and South Africa, Gandhiji demonstrated the efficacy of extending respect for all living beings. Human dignity, oneness, empathy are impossible without compassion. Gandhiji emerged as the voice of the voiceless that inspired social reformers and political thinkers all over the world. It was to his unique credit that in a world marred by violence and hatred, Gandhiji stands firm as a man of universal goodwill and a protagonist of peace. What is most striking is that Gandhiji emerged during his lifetime as a torchbearer of peace, and even today he continues to surprise mankind with his non-violent methods of conflict resolution. What is stranger still is the resonance of success of his satyagraha that continues to inspire people across the globe. Nonviolence and the message of peace are familiar words among the global leaders to settle any dispute. It goes without saying that it is never possible to evaluate how much India and the world owes to Mahatma Gandhi. For Gandhiji, peace was not an end by itself. Rather, it was only a sort of a means to ensure better welfare for mankind. Mahatma Gandhi's lifelong quest was in the pursuit of truth. In fact, he even had said that truthfulness is more important than peacefulness. The Indian supreme values of ahimsa and karuna were the basis of Gandhiji's philosophy. Practically, he desired solutions for all problems through the means of nonviolence and truth. His ideas based on nonviolence are entirely important in the new world. They are completely relevant today and will remain so in the future as well. He said, and I quote, "The very first step in nonviolence is that we cultivate in our daily life, as between ourselves, truthfulness, humility, tolerance, and loving kindness." Unquote. He demonstrated that peace and nonviolence are the two pillars of any process that upholds humanity. These two are inseparable. He said that for meaningful solutions, the means must be non-violent action or protest to settle a dispute through satyagraha. He was always touched by the pain of others. This ability to feel the pain of others led him to compassion. Karuna or compassion, coupled with daya or pity, led to the spirit of service or seva. Gandhiji's first and foremost inner calling was to alleviate the suffering of others. The greatest degree of inner tranquility came to Gandhiji from love and compassion, non attachment, and non possession. The more we create, the more we care for the happiness of others, the greater our own sense of well being becomes. It is the ultimate source of success in life. Even during any difficult circumstances, Gandhiji did not lose hope and become discouraged. Gandhiji rose beyond his personal sorrows and joys and shared the happiness and sorrows of people. He used to remain positive under all circumstances, and that was his main trait. He had faced many challenges in his life. Gandhian humanism and its practical application are the way forward in the world. His noble spirit and warm, humane kindness have endeared him to all humanitarians throughout the world. Nowadays, our world has become so interdependent that any conflict between nations inevitably impacts the rest of the world. The only way for establishing peace in the world is through nonviolence. We need to develop a sense of solidarity amongst ourselves by considering other human beings as our brothers and sisters, as part of one family. Gandhiji's idea of nonviolence was to live and help others to live. Helping others to live with mutual respect should become the foundation of our lives. He had said, and I quote, "When I despair, I remember that all through history, the ways of truth and love have always won. There have been tyrants and murderers, and for a time they can seem invincible, but in the end, they always fall. Think of it always." Unquote. Today's world laments violence in the frequent attacks, riots, war, and imminent possibility of a nuclear war. But the last century was also disastrous. In such a time, a frail leader, Mahatma Gandhi, was the most influential and important political leader and a thinker of the 20th century whose legacy still inspires people globally. Mahatma Gandhi had a profound influence on Dr. Albert Einstein. His message on Gandhiji's 75th birthday sums up the essential character of Gandhiji's leadership. Dr. Einstein had said, and I quote, "A leader of his people, unsupported by an outward authority, a victorious fighter who always scorned the use of force, a man of wisdom and humility who has confronted the brutality of Europe with the dignity of the simple human being and at all times risen superior." Unquote. In a world that is divided in the matters of faith and religion, that is shaping and determining the politics of the world in a barbaric way, Gandhiji brought in a novel path. He continued to lay importance on interfaith dialogue and cultivating understanding towards nonviolent, compassionate, and emancipatory aspects of their own religions. He believed that true compassion is not just an emotional response, but a firm commitment. Therefore, a truly compassionate attitude towards others does not change even if they behave negatively. On the afternoon of January 30th, 1948, Mahatma Gandhi sat for what would be his final interview with Margaret Burke White, an American photographer. In those precious last hours, he delivered a parting message of compassion to humanity, declaring, and I quote, "Nonviolence is the greatest force at the disposal of mankind. It is mightier than the mightiest weapons of destruction devised by the ingenuity of man." Unquote. Gandhiji elaborated further, stating, and I quote, "I do not believe in shortcuts which involve violence. However much I sympathize with and admire worthy motives, I am an uncompromising opponent of violent methods, even to serve the noblest causes." Unquote. That very evening, the heart that had ached at witnessing human suffering was itself silenced by three fatal bullets. India lost her guiding light on January 30th, 1948. Yet his spirit endures. That spirit continues to live among us, carrying within it the gentle yet unshakable truth that peace is a dynamic force capable of steering humanity from shadows into illumination. Mahatma Gandhi had proclaimed, and I quote, "Am I going to be silenced after my death? I will proclaim my faith even in death and speak from the grave." Unquote. What was this conviction he wished to declare beyond death? It was faith in truth as God. It was faith in the inherent goodness of all people, as everyone possesses the capacity for satya, truth. It was faith in humanity's fundamental decency, faith that despite setbacks and turmoil, mankind would advance towards righteousness because truth, which is God, desires only the well being of all creation. Unquote. Let us renew our commitment to his ideals and work together to shape a future founded on karuna, justice, and ahimsa. I wish to once again express my gratitude to the Embassy of India in Riyadh for honoring Mahatma Gandhi on this day of remembrance. My heartfelt thanks also go to each one of you who have joined us today. Namaskar.